They say the ones who ask, receive. So I'm asking to help feed the kids in need. Amuoni Johnny Sisi wanagoja mimi na wewe na yeye.
Alright. I understand our chief guests are making their way here. Secretary General of the Kenya Railroad Support School and Titans Naikune, Group Managing Director and Chief Executive of Kenya Airways. And once they come over here, let's appreciate them, and then they'll come stand right here, and then we'll officially begin the program. Sawa sawa. So wakija tuwapigie makofi when they come. Let's appreciate them. They're making their grand entry from the Serena Hotel. Is on my right. Towards here, then we can officially begin the program with the national anthem. All right. Of course, all the media houses represented here. Karibu sana. We have Honorable Ali, the Deputy Speaker of Parliament, Eritrea, is also joining us here. Perhaps I need to stand right here.
Listen to my prayer. Kilio.
And by the way, the Red Cross family, and specifically the drivers, I have to say this. Hongera sana for the great job you're doing. I know we never have time to appreciate you enough. Madereva wote maze, those trips you make all the way to Isiolo, Marsabit, Moyale, Turkana, mpaka mwisho wa barabara, mwisho wa lami. We celebrate you. Asante sana kwa kazi nzuri mnafanya each and every time you're doing those trips. And let me tell you, in heaven, your name has been ticked.
We can't stand for the news every day, another mother go hungry. We can't stand for the news every day, another father go die, cause the family are crying. Kilio. Nasema kupeana ndiyo iwe la. Go, tuwape mikono mzee asikiso. Go.
About all these Eritreans4Kenya. I've never seen so much unity from the top of Kenya, Moyale yenyewe, Kisumu Pacho, where people are saying, why should I build a house when I bought a rubber house? To Mambasani, to mpaka Ukambani, everyone is holding hands to make sure that we help a brother, we help a sister. It's a great, great thing. That's the greatest thing you can do. And at the same time, I'm seeing our chief guests, they are making their way here. Gina Dean Karaoke, Gina Dean Karaoke, of course from Gina Dean Corporate Communications. And of course, Secretary General of the Kenya Red Cross Society, Abbas Goulet, the Group Managing Director and Chief Executive of Kenya Airways.
Brothers and sisters,
all right, they're almost making it, they're almost here. And my goodness, what a contribution. And today we are ferrying over 150 metric tons kutoka Kenya Red Cross, and Studio Miller's 160 metric tons. Well, my goodness. At the same time, we have our chief guests, they are here making their way here. Karibu sana. Right on time, right on time. Karibu sana. Welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome. And everyone, let's appreciate our chief guests. They're making their way here. Wapigeni makofi. Mr. Titus Naikuni, karibu sana daktari. Kenya Airways, and of course, Abbas Guled, and of course, Gina Dean. Karibu sana. Let's appreciate. Tupige makofi au sio? We're all doing it for Kenyans, KCB, Kenya Cereals. Cereals Millers Association. Karibu sana. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Karibu sana. Hongera, karibu sana. All right. Remember, this is a flag off of the 3rd Kenyans4Kenya food consignment program. And let me tell you, we're not stopping here. Tutaendelea. All right, I think we're ready to start now. We want to do the national anthem, and then Mama Tomiso will do for us a great song before we hear from MCC Junior Melody. So ladies and gentlemen, let's all rise to our feet. The greatest national anthem in the whole world, in songs in form of a prayer. The one song that unites all Kenyans, Kenyans4Kenyans, and of course is a flag off for the 3rd Kenyans4Kenyans food consignment. Na leo inaelekea Isiolo, Marsabit and Moyale. Right now, ladies and gentlemen, without much ado, I'd like to asante sana kwanza our chief guests for making it here. I understand we are all chief guests. Wale ambao wametoa from shilingi 10 to 100 shillings. Let's appreciate ourselves for being part of this and helping another Kenyan brother. God is watching over us. Right now, I'd like to introduce one of the greatest songbirds we have in this country. She's literally blew the country with her wonderful, wonderful vocals. And she's one lady that I really, really admire. Nameless beat me in the game, just on the line, but Aluta continue. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce to you Wahoo. She's going to do for us one number. It's the one song that redefined the course of what you're doing here. Thank you so much, Wahoo, for being part of this and being at the forefront of this. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce to you the very, very talented, very good sister of mine, Wahoo. Give it up for Wahoo, ladies and gentlemen. Coffee.
Thank you all for coming. Before I sing my song, I just want to say thank you to Kenya for this great act of love that we've shown, that we can actually come together and support our fellow human beings. I'd like to thank the Eritrean community ever so much for showing your brotherly love to us at this time of need, and may God continue to bless you so much. All right, with no further ado, I think we all know this song. It's about love. And right now, what we are doing is sharing our love. So please sing it with me. I'll see you. Cindy, please give it to me.
All right, and as we get that started, I'd like also to recognize Mr. Nameless. Nameless in the house. Welcome coffee at Nameless. And today he'll be speaking on behalf of the music industry. He's a representative, Karibu Sana Bwana Madenge. Will be here. And of course, Miss World Kenya. Miss World Kenya. I think this time round we are winning Aki. A big hand to Miss World Kenya, and thank you so much for joining us here. And you look like you are from Eritrea. Everyone from Eritrea is very beautiful. That's all I am saying. All right, once again, ladies and everything is ready now. Once again, introducing Wahoo. A big hand to Wahoo, ladies and gentlemen. Karibu sana Wahoo.
Your beautiful eyes, my sweet
Kuna big hand to Wahoo. What a song, a sweet feeling. Kenyans for Kenya, I'll see you. And that's what you know, there's nothing as exciting as seeing Kenyans come together in one harmony for one cause. And thank you very much for everyone behind this cause. Now each and every Kenya, wale walitoa shilingi 10 mpaka wale walitoa milioni 1, we are all together. And thank you so much for being part of this cause. Right now, I'd like to introduce to you a group of very young, talented juniors. to have a donation and to pick from Girmay, Haile, representing Eritrea to talk on behalf of the Eritrea. And thank you so much for joining us here. Use that microphone in front of you. Thank you very much. A big hand to the Eritrean community. Eritreans for Kenyans. A big hand to Eritreans. Karibu sana. All right.
Thank you very much. We're very, very happy today to be here and do what we're doing. It's a very special situation for us because this whole idea started when my young son here, who is 3.5 years old, watched what was happening on TV. And especially when he followed that situation with that young boy who died. That was for the first time that he got the concept of death of a child. And he was so concerned, he said, "Daddy, we must help." So that's how we initiated this idea. And immediately after that, the Eritrean community in Kenya mobilized behind this idea. And we came forward to do what we're doing today. And especially for us, coming from our region, Northern Horn, this situation of famine and drought has really hit us hard, especially the mid-70s and the mid-80s. We have seen what it does to a nation and how it tears it apart. We think this is something that should not happen in Kenya, Kenya being Kenya. And we also really did appreciate very much the way Kenyans rose up to the challenge. And we thought, all right, then we must participate. So we are doing our contribution in 3 different ways. First is all of our business community members and professionals. We have asked them to contribute through all the initiatives taking place within their workplaces and also their businesses, as well as also providing free trucking services to a certain extent. And then the second one is where all of us got together and we raised money in a very short period of time, actually 6 days, and we raised 1 million shillings, and this we will give into checks. And the third one, and this is specifically targeted at the Red Cross, Mr. Abbas. Other than thanking you so very much for all that you have done for this country and also for us, we have our youth who have volunteered to help in this work with the Red Cross. So you just give us the number, we'll get the people for you. So these are the 3 ways that we have decided to help. Our Eritrean community is composed of several groups. The Eritrean Orthodox Church in Kenya, who have substantially contributed to this kitty that we're giving today, as well as all professionals, young people, women associations, and so on. So if there is anything that really brought us together, this was one point, honestly, in such a short time. And before we hand over our checks, we'd like to also personally appreciate Honorable Malim to be here among us today in support of this cause and also our initiative. And our special guests, Wahoo and Nameless, who have agreed to accompany our 2 young children, him, Haile, and Danait, who will be handing over the checks. So I would like to ask Wahoo and Nameless to come forward and take 1 kid each. I know Wahoo, my son, has already connected with you, so you're lucky. Where is Nameless? Yes, Nameless. This is Danai. Okay. Mare. What are the questions?
Great gesture and contribution from the Eritrean community in Kenya. They've been with us here for over 4 decades. Close to 4 decades.
Okay. This one. Okay, Kiko. What are you going to do now?
Don't know.
You don't know? What are you going to give?
What?
This one that you have. Money. Who are you going to give it to?
Baba Abbas.
Baba Abbas. To do what with the money?
Baba.
Yes. What is he going to do with the money, Baba Abbas?
Buy food.
For who?
The hungry people.
So please give him the check. He's over there.
And a big hand from the Eritrean community in Kenya. Very harmonious and cordial people. We've been living with them here. Na asante sana sana. It's a Girmay Haile.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you, Girmay. And I think I will say it in my comments when I come back to speak. Thank you very much. Thank you, Wahoo and Mendes.
All right, let's appreciate Mr. Girmay Haile and the Eritrean community. Wapigeni makofi. Hame ala
Eritreans4Kenya. I'm absolutely loving this. You know, Eritrea, everyone in Eritrea is beautiful. Have you? Everyone is absolutely beautiful. Do you have Miss Eritrea? They pick anybody from the street. All right, thank you so much. We're so glad you joined in this worthy cause. All right, now I'd like to invite another gentleman. He was here very, very early in the morning. The chairman of Cereal Millers, Mr. Diamond Lalji, to talk to us.
Well, thanks very much. You are doing great service to Kenya. And we wish you well. Thank you.
Let me just say something, Mr. Diamond. Thank you so much for your contribution. It means so much what you're doing for Kenyans right now. I was just saying that you know, it's you know, this is what this is all about. You know, caring for our fellow human beings, caring for another human being, regardless of race, tribe, religion, and that sort of thing. And I'm so humbled by your contribution, and I really want to say a big thank you on behalf of Kenyans. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And ladies and gentlemen, it was because she brought me to tears. Out of my emotions and feeling for fellow Kenyans, this is my personal donation of Kenya shilling 2 million for the country.
Oh my, big hand to Mr. Diamond, 2 million shillings personal donations to us Kenyans, to Kenya.
Well done, Wahoo, for bringing it. God bless. God bless. Thank you very much.
Now, as Cereal Millers Association, we are very much part of the food security of this country. There are issues, policy issues, and of course the end result is what we see what's happening in Turkana. We need to address the short-term and long-term issues and need to be addressed by the appropriate government authorities, so that we don't repeat such incidents every 2 to 3 years. Previously, such incidents were being repeated every 5 years. Lately, because of the climatic change globally, we are having to meet every 2 years. And if we don't do anything immediately for long-term solution to this problem, we'll keep on meeting, have a short-term quick fix solution, everything is forgotten, we go back to our work, and we meet again after 2 years. And we are tired. I think enough is enough. As far as short-term issues are concerned, we all know that this year's crop production is below average. We are anticipating prices to be high. The farmers, because of the warehouse receipting system in place, they will speculate. And that's rational. There's nothing wrong in speculation. But at the end of the day, it's the Kenyans who are paying the price. So we need to request, I have a humble request to the government, to extend the duty waiver on maize import until end of next year, so that we have adequate supplies in the market, and this would discourage the farmers or the traders speculating on our basic staple food. As far as long-term solution is concerned, we are told we got 1 million hectares of land which can be brought under cultivation. What are we doing about it? I've been hearing this for the last 5 to 6 years. Nothing. We need to irrigate our land because we cannot rely anymore on rain-fed irrigation. Rain-fed farming. So we need to go irrigation way. We need to embrace biotechnology. It's the in thing today. There are advantages. And of course, there may be some side effects. But let's take the analogy of mobile phone. We are told there's an association between using mobile phone and the brain tumor. But does it stop us using the mobile phone? No. I think the benefits outweighs the cost involved. I think we should be thinking out of the box. This is what my request is. Let's think long term. There are problems. We need to bring land under cultivation. Our population is growing. We need to cultivate our land to combat the climatic change globally. We need to have stable macroeconomic management, because look at the state of the Kenya shilling. It's at 94. It adds up to all the costs for the consumers. So with that, I would like to request all the members of Cereal Millers Association to come forward. And like I mentioned earlier, I was moved by WAHO, and I committed the association without consulting my board of directors. I hope I'm not thrown out in the next meeting. But they were very generous, without any questions. They donated it's 12,400,000 shillings.
Wow.
Can I request all the members to be coming up front, please, and present the check?
12,400,000 shillings from Cereal Millers. And that's a big hand, ladies and gentlemen. That's a big, big, big hand right there from the Cereal Millers. Na asante sana, Mr. Diamond Laji, for leading the pack, leading by example.
And I would like just to mention the donors.
Churchill, thanks for that introduction. Wakenya, mko salama? Mko poa? Today, I stand here as a musician, nameless, for those who don't know me. For those who know me, I keep saying I'm still nameless. I also stand here as a father of this beautiful girl, I'm called Baba Tumiso, and she's Tumiso. I stand here as a husband of that beautiful lady there. I also stand here as a Kenyan of this very beautiful nation that I'm very proud of, especially today. Give it up for Kenya, man. Yeah. This is a historic day. But I also stand here as a human being. And that's what brings us all here today. That's what connects us today. On the day that Wahu cried and made Diamond and many others add to their contribution, I wasn't able to be there that day. I traveled somewhere, and I really felt bad that I couldn't make it. And in the morning I was telling Wahu, oh, you're making a big speech, are you ready for this speech? And it's, and I kept giving him pressure, sorry for that. Because I'm like, it's a big thing, to speak for the artists. And I was leaving very early in the morning, so she was still in bed. But she told me she'll be fine. The next call I got, because I couldn't really communicate with her, was from my mom, and she said, Well, I was crying on TV. And I was like, oh my God. So I tried to call her, like, what happened? You know, I didn't understand. You know, I'm just getting communication from my mom. And I was quite stressed about it. And when I finally got to her, I asked her, what happened? Was it the sound that went off? Or, you know, what really happened? And she told me, I actually just, when I went up there, I just spoke from my heart. I just spoke as a human being. And it didn't matter about speech or anything, it just meant about talking from the heart. And when you're all here, I know we're all here because it's our heart that has brought us here. With all that we've seen, you begin to realize we are actually very blessed to be here today, to be able to stand here today, to be able to go along with our lives. We keep complaining about life, you know, oh, there's too much traffic jam, you know, oh, my electricity has been disconnected. But you realize those are not problems. There are people going through serious problems. And this is your chance, this is our chance to make a difference. However small it is, 250 shillings can feed 6 people in a day. 250 shillings is just, you know, to many of us it's not that much, but to others it's a big, big deal. And it makes me so proud as a Kenyan to see what we have done and realize that we don't have to keep waiting for the government to do something. We can do our own things. Kenyans for Kenyans. So big up to Kenyans. And it touches me even more when I say Eritreans for Kenya. Beautiful people. This is bringing us together. This is creating a new culture. And sometimes we must go through some diversities to really, you know, come together. But I'm appealing to Kenyans, musichoke, tusichoke. You know, you contribute your 200 shillings today, don't say, okay, that's it for me, you know? Because there's nothing that is more fulfilling than saving a life. I don't think that there can be anything more fulfilling than that. So even the 10 shillings, even the 200 shillings, even the 1,000 shillings, even the 2 million shillings, it will make a difference. So the message for today is tusichoke. We made a target and thought, oh my, 500 million, you know? And it was rich and guy said, okay, fine, now, you know? But no, you know, you have to keep aiming higher and higher, you know? Let's go for the 1 billion now. Let's go for the 1 billion. So, as an artist, we spend time entertaining people, and there's nothing more gratifying than seeing people so happy when you perform in front of them. Any artist will tell you that. But at the same time, because our life is about people, it feels very bad and very sad to see other people suffering as we entertain others. So we can't just be happy to imagine our fellow brothers and sisters are suffering. So as artists, we're going to keep pushing that campaign. When we go, wherever we perform as artists, always remember at some point as we perform and entertain, give a moment and tell the people to remember, msichoke, keep doing what you can do, however small it is. There's a song that was done with a couple of artists called Kilio. You can download it. It's only 10 shillings. And, you know, those are the small kind of things that us as artists want to keep doing, so that even as we entertain, there's nothing better to entertain someone, at the same time you're making a difference to someone else, you know? So if you get a chance, go down website, it's Safaricom, Kenya Live website. You can get Kilio, a song done by I think 15 artists, but it's all about message of just saying, you know, please, this is a cry to all Kenyans. Let's keep doing this. Let's keep supporting our brothers and sisters, and let's make a difference. And today nasema tena, wa Kenya tusichoke. Keep donating. Whatever small thing you can do, every so often, you know how to do it. It's been publicized through the many forms and medias. You can get your contribution there. But today I stand here as a very proud Kenyan to see the contributions that have been made. And always remember, to do things from your heart. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Nameless. Speaking on behalf
of the Eritrean community who are here, I personally didn't know that we had more than 2,000 Eritreans in Kenya. I've read a little bit about Eritrea, and I thought I knew a bit about it. It is good business, of course. But it's very touching that a country like Eritrea that has suffered perhaps even more than Kenya is able to get together here and assist us as Kenyans. And I think we really appreciate it. The Deputy Speaker whispered to me as the Eritreans who are making their donation here that Eritrea is self-sufficient in terms of food. And I like to follow that and say today, I think we stand here as Kenyans and look at this incident or this whole issue as both a shame to us and a pride to us. I say a shame to us in the sense that how could we forget a whole region in Kenya called Northern Kenya? It's really, really shameful for all of us here in Kenya. Be it those in government, be it us who are in the private sector, be it just an ordinary person. Whether we like it or not, Northern Kenya is part of Kenya. And we must respect it. And there is also something else. You ignore your neighbor and your neighbor dies, you will be the first one to bury your neighbor. Because the smell that comes out of that corpse will not let you stay in peace. So if we forget Northern Kenya, the effect of any calamities that occur in Northern Kenya will not leave us out in Southern Kenya. The pride that I think we have is the fact that this has brought us together. We've been able to sit together as Kenyans of different nationalities, and I've been able to at least raise a bit of money. So far I'm told we're at about 650 million shillings, still far away from $1 billion, but it can be done. And what I'll say to Kenyans is, as Nameless said, msichoke. Wherever you are, the 10 shillings you have, 20 shillings you have, 100 shillings you have, 1 million shillings, don't get tired. Let's continue raising money. Give it in kind, in cash or whatever form. You are helping a fellow human being. You may have so much in the bank, but tomorrow you will die and leave that money in the bank. Do something good for mankind. There's also a fear that, of course, abounds in the sense that when money like that is collected, there's a lot of fear that will that money be spent well? And I can understand Kenyans because we're a nation full of thieves. In fact, most of the problems we're having right now in Northern Kenya associated, I would say 80% is to do with the stealing that goes on in terms of resources that are meant to go into that area. But I'd like to assure Kenyans that we have a number of audit firms led by KPMG, Pricewaterhouse, Ernst & Young and others who have offered, and Deloitte rather, who have offered to audit the donations, be it in cash or kind, and even the distribution. So if anything gets lost in terms of the food at the other end, let's blame the people now distributing to the real people. So to those who are out in the field, tafadhalini, tuache wizi kwa muda huu. Kidogo tu, watu at least wasaidike. Let's forget wizi kwa miezi miwili tu, baadaye mkianza wizi mwanze. Lakini miezi miwili tafadhali tuache. Kwa hiyo Wakenya tusaidiane vile tunaweza. Hapa umeona chakula ambayo kiko kwenye malori hapa. Na bado kingi kinakuja, lakini hakitoshi. Watu bado wana shida. Kuna watu wanaumia kule waliko. Na kazi nyingine ambaye Red Cross pamoja na committee, steering committee imezidisha kuwa utafanya ni kuangalia development in the future so that we do not get into this situation year in, year out. So they are looking at and working with the local communities, looking at things like water and so forth for long term, so that you don't just feed people today and tomorrow you walk away from them. So whatever money is being collected is for two purposes, short term and long term. So once more to Kenyans, please participate. Let's help our dear Kenyans who are out there in northern Kenya to make sure that they do not die because of lack of food when we have plenty out here in Nairobi and other areas in Kenya. Thank you very much.
Asante sana Bwana Daktari Titus Naikume, mkurugenzi mkuu wa shirika la ndege nchini, na kutukumbusha.
Girmay, who is the deputy director of UNAIDS in Kenya, called me about a week ago and to say, look, we are touched with what's going on, and we as Eritreans living in Kenya, who have been here for many, many years, who do business, would like to show our solidarity with our brothers and sisters from Kenya. And he said, you know, what can we do? I said, there are many things that you can do. One is to raise resource. The other one, what he has now said, of giving volunteers, but also to really partake in this whole exercise. I think what I'm delighted about this initiative, as he said, it's not only brought Kenyans together, as even Nameless was saying, but even the Eritreans. I think Girmay has told us this morning that it's even brought them closer together as a group. And if nothing else, this idea is not only about Kenya, but it's about Africa and Africans taking their destiny in their hands and saying that yes, they can do something about it, and they don't have to wait only for the government or multilateral donors and outsiders to come and help us. It starts with us here at home, and charity begins at home, as they say, and there could never be a better experience than this one. So I'd like to say to our Eritrean brothers and sisters, may God bless you, that you have led the way and you have supported us in our hour of need. Asante sana, and God bless you. As for what has brought us again, I'm happy that today, in fact, we have more people. This is the third week we're doing this, and we can see the crowd gradually building up. And I hope when we're going to have the big push and the grand final on the 27th of this month, we will have this entire land mass completely filled up by ordinary Kenyans who have been making a difference. I guess a lot has been said by Titus. We had said from the outset that the initiative was going to be running for 1 month to really see what difference can we make. We know fundamentally the responsibility lies with our government to deal and assist disasters when they occur in our country. But as Titus said, it's not only the government. Today, time has come when the private sector, when humanitarian organizations, civil societies, NGO, ordinary citizens can make a difference in the lives of their brothers and sisters. As someone also said, we are brothers keepers. It is not fair for us to come in, year out, when our brothers and sisters from the north are in a situation that we cannot imagine after almost 50 years of independence. If you go to these places we are talking about, and you look at the infrastructure and the basic development, major issues and major challenges, but we're not here to discuss that today. We're here to flag off another consignment of food going to go out to make a difference in the life of an ordinary young Kenyan child that is going to school. And Kenyans, sometimes, and rightfully so, we are doubting ourselves all the time. This morning we had to open up this truck just to show that there's actually food in that truck. Because there had been people who had shown some concern earlier this morning. Is this another gimmick that is being shown by these guys who are saying Kenyans for Kenyans? Hatuna tendawili, hatuna sarakasi, hatuna kifunika macho. Tunasema mradi huu wa Wakenya kwa Mkenya ni halisi, ina nia safi, ina lengo la kusaidia Mkenya wa kawaida, ina lengo ya kuchangia kazi inayofanywa na serikali yetu tukufu, na hatuna mzaha, hatuna mchezo. As said by Titus, we have so far flagged off the last 2 weeks 300 metric tons of Unimix to 2 different destinations. One to Turkana, that went 2 weeks ago, the first week when we started. The second 150 went to northeastern, to Wajir, Mandera, Garissa. What we are about to flag off here today is another 150 metric tons of Unimix going to go to Marsabit, Moyale, and Isiolo. Upper Eastern, some of the worst affected districts in Kenya. This will give us now a total of 450 metric tons of Unimix. This Unimix is targeted for school-going children very malnourished children, pregnant and lactating mothers, elderly men and women. It is not general food distribution. It is specific because general food distribution is being done by the government of Kenya, World Food Program, who are implementing agencies called lead agencies like Red Cross. We're distributing food through that initiative for general food distribution. This is targeted. We want kids to be in school. We want kids who are malnourished to get back to normality. We want mothers who are breastfeeding to have something to eat in order to feed that child. We want mothers who are pregnant to have some sort of food that they can eat. We want the elderly men and women who are malnourished and who are not on their deathbed but almost there to be resuscitated to have something to eat in the hospitals and in their homes. So I just want to be clear about that. Number two, when these trucks go to the warehouse or from the millers to load, the audit firms, Deloitte and Touche, PricewaterhouseCoopers, KPMG and others are out there verifying every bag that goes on these trucks. Further than that, to ensure that this food actually reaches the beneficiary on the ground, these audit firms have sent their people to the ground. Watu wako mashinani, wanakagua, wanaona kiwango kilichopelekwa, kuhakikisha kwamba ile shule imepata ile lengo ambalo lilikuwa limekusudiwa. Kama ni magunia 100, magunia 50, magunia 200, hiyo shule imepewa. Kama ni hospitali au kituo chengine kimepewa, na wamekagua kuhakikisha ya kwamba hicho chakula kimefika. Kwa hivyo nataka tu kuhakikishia Wakenya wa kawaida na Wakenya wote ya kwamba chakula hichi kinafuata taratibu ambayo si ya kikawaida. Kawaida inapelekwa, inagawanywa, imepokewa, haikupokewa. Tumesikia taarifa zingine chakula kinaibiwa. Lakini chakula hichi, ikiwa mtu ataiba, itakuwa ni yule mwalimu wa shule, itakuwa ni wale wapikaji katika shule, itakuwa ni wale ambao wamepewa. Na hatuwezi sasa kwenda kupita kiasi hicho. But I think the main issue we need to talk here is this initiative. Is this initiative going to solve the problems of all Kenyans in the current drought situation? I want to say loud and clear, no, it will not. Will another drought occur? Probably yes, maybe in the next 2-3 years. Will we come back to ask again? Probably we will, although we can try to mitigate and address that challenge now. It's a major problem. Northern Kenya, the land mass is almost 2/3 of this country. And you can imagine how big that is. It's not a small area. We are talking of millions of kilometers if put together. I don't know what is the total land mass in this country, but almost 2/3 of this country is arid or semi-arid. What we need to look at is mid to long-term solutions. And what we have said in this initiative is that whilst food is a stopgap measure, tomorrow we want to do something.
My 2 plus 2 is 4.
This is it?
2 plus 2 is 4, Shaky.
Hi,
Shaky hand.
Okay. Is it your part of it? Let's mark. This is a English. I can go to church together.
Daddy?